Rebel Wilson is one of the highest ticket actresses in Hollywood. We all know her positive energy, her bright personality, her sense of humor, and of course her body image. Well, not anymore. Back in 2020, Rebel has gone through a dramatic body transformation and lost 37 kilograms of her body weight. And by today, she's still keeping those results and continuing to improve her body and overall health. How did she do that? What did she do right to achieve those results? And most important, to sustain those results. What is her secret in transforming herself from Fat Amy to Rebel that we see nowadays? Well, in this video, we will find out exactly steps that she did right to achieve this kind of results. And the result is impressive, right? And I want you to listen carefully because her case is not a coincidence. There are specific steps she was following, the right steps that led her to the result that she has right now. And we can all take it as an example, as the blueprint for ourselves, for our own body transformation if we want to. Because if it worked for her, it can work for anybody. I am personally a big fan of Rebel. I adore her. She is a bright actress. Every film with her I watched made me laugh. Her movies are great, her characters are always fun and energetic, and we all agree that Rebel in real life also was very confident about her body. Every film she was in, she brought something special, and she proved that with her positivity, energy, and rocking the red carpet. Saying all that, we understand that not everybody wants to be skinny and want to lose weight. It's simply not for everyone. There are women that I admire that are a little bit bigger, but still they're confident, rocking their lives, and nobody are there to tell them to lose any weight. Nobody is there to tell you to lose any weight if you don't want to, including your relatives, your partner, your friends, whoever it might be. This is a very personal decision, and only person for themselves can decide whether they want to do it or not, whether they need it or not. So weight and the body image, it's personal choice of every single one of us. So as Rebel never listened to anybody and was always confident about her looks, and we can really see that from her energy level, from her confidence when she was at the red carpet, in her movies. There was a moment in her life when she had decided to take a healthier route.
And I feel like turning 40, I'm gonna concentrate on my health.
And she had her big reason that helped her to achieve the result and stay on a healthier track. We will go back to this reason in a minute, but now let me just give you a little preview. So let's go back to the beginning. Rebel Melanie Elizabeth Wilson, born Melanie Elizabeth Bounds, March 2nd, 1980, as an Australian actress, comedian, writer, singer, and producer. An advocate for body positivity, Wilson has been a role model for larger women. Wilson felt lucky to have her body type and stated that people in the industry would tell her not to lose weight. For me, I think it's about being comfortable in your own skin. I never want to be too unhealthy because that's bad. You just want to be comfortable with who you are at whatever size, she said. In 2016, Wilson said that she felt bigger girls did better in comedy because they are easier to laugh at, and used that to her advantage. So here we are seeing that she's confidently scaling up, moving her career forward. Then 2020 year comes. Rebel turned 40, and at that age, women commonly ask themselves a question.
I was thinking about fertility and having good quality eggs in the bank. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna get healthy.
When Rebel asked herself this question, she faced the fact that in order to have a bigger fertility chance, she has to become a healthier person. Let's see what she says about that.
I was the classic example of a career woman who went out into the world, didn't even think about kids, and then suddenly in your mid-30s is like, oh, hang on, do I want that as an option? And then if I do, what do I need to do? I had an appointment with a fertility doctor, and he kind of looked me up and down and said, well, you do much better if you were healthier. And it was weird because I thought, at the time, well, I am healthy, I don't have any serious diseases or anything. And I was a bit taken aback. I thought, oh God, that guy's so rude. And then And then he was right.
Another part of her reality was even when she was acting confidently in public and stood her grounds, she actually had opened up in one of her interviews and said,
even though I was so confident in myself before, but obviously, like, I guess there's the dichotomy that, like, I'm so confident, like I go out in Pitch Perfect and play a character called Fat Amy, which I love, which is like probably my most favorite character I've ever played. So on the one hand, of course I was confident, like I was crushing it, I was making millions of dollars, I was out in the world, I was doing whatever I wanted. Being bigger never stopped me from doing anything. But then I'd have moments where in my personal life I was maybe not valuing myself as much because of my weight, or not having good self-worth and not having kind thoughts towards myself because of it.
She was an emotional eater, and part of that, she was feeling unworthy and therefore treated herself like a quote-unquote trash.
Even though I was so accomplished and successful, I felt inside like I didn't have good self-worth, and therefore I thought of myself as trash, so I was treating myself as trash. So like, oh yeah, I'll just eat all that rubbish and that stuff, those toxic chemicals in that junk food, and not treat myself with love and kindness and respect. Like, and I think about it, like, let's just say I was babysitting a little girl. Would I give her that rubbish for dinner? No, because I would be like, no, you need like a nutritional balanced meal with some protein and some vegetables, and here, this is made with love and kindness. But like, to my own self, I was treating myself like rubbish.
She would eat unhealthy junk foods, felt herself even worse, and ate again. So maybe actually a good mission, good decision to change and treat yourself good, not for yourself, because it's hard to do good things for yourself when in fact you're feeling like a trash, you're feeling unworthy. And it's hard to respect yourself when you're feeling in fact not respected by yourself.
That I was carrying around a lot of excess weight that I didn't need, and that was a big instigator in going, well, it's almost like I didn't think of my own needs, I felt of like a future child's needs. And so I was like, okay, well that really inspired me to get healthier.
So think about the greater mission or something or someone that you deeply care about. In Rabel's case, it was the idea that she wants to become a mother and she wants to be a role model for her future kids, even to be able to have them for starters, if God blesses. So before we talk about her diet, let me point out that the steps that she took and the approach was right. She gave herself the whole year and she announced publicly this will be a year of health.
And I feel like turning 40, I'm gonna like concentrate on my health. The moment it hit 2020, I was like, okay, yeah, it's gonna be my year of health. I'm gonna put it like publicly out on Instagram and stuff for accountability. For me, it was so much bigger. It was about just being the healthiest version of me. So it wasn't about the size or a number or whatever.
Feel the difference here. Not a 21-day fat burn marathon, but a year of health. I'm a firm believer if you're focusing on health as a priority, the weight loss result will come as a side effect.
Really excited to make like a positive change, and it was something that I felt like I hadn't achieved before, and I was always down on myself for like, oh, even though I think you can be like confident at any size, but I knew in my heart that I wasn't behaving in a healthy way at times, not all the time, but you know, just having like a big bowl of ice cream for dinner, like I knew that in my heart that's not a great idea for me.
And she found a very deep reason to support her motivation throughout her journey. She wants to be a mother.
I had an appointment with a fertility doctor, and he kind of looked me up and down and said, well, you do much better if you were healthier.
Okay, saying all that, the diet she was following, called the Mayr Method, and this is a plan basically when there are foods that you are allowed to eat, there are foods that you are not allowed to eat, and there are rules that you're supposed to follow. So all these rules and restrictions simply limiting the amount of calories that you're taking in a day. Rabel dropped from 3,000 calories that she would normally eat to 1,500 calories per day.
Nutritionally, the only thing is, I do try to stay under 1,500 calories because, again, of my body type, if I want to lose weight in that week, I kind of have to stay under the 1,500 each day.
So see, still, at the end of the day, it's all about the calories. Every diet is basically a plan for Some people, it works because it's just easier to stick to. You don't have to think what I'm going to eat, what I'm going to do. You don't have to create those rules for yourself. But not everybody can follow the same diet. It doesn't mean that you cannot follow your own plan. Same as for the workout. It's easier always when you have it written down on the paper. You go to the gym and you perform this exercises, but it doesn't mean it's not customizable. It's very customizable based on everybody's needs, and those needs are very different from person to person. So at the end of the day, again, it's all about energy balance. So your calories in versus calories out.
Does this mean I eat healthy and clean every day? No, far from it. But I am prioritizing where I can. If I go out to a restaurant, I'll try the salmon, a chicken breast.
Do I think Rabel's diet plan was good? Yes, it was. For her, it worked. It was sustainable, manageable, and it gave her long-term results. But her overall approach was right. Long-term, focusing on health with a great reason in mind. So now, can this diet work for you? It depends. There are circumstances, your food preferences, allergies, your daily schedule. Are there any night shifts maybe? The food that's available in your local area. Considering all those factors, this plan may or may not work for you. Bottom line, Rabel has done amazing. Now she's a mother, she lost all this weight, and she's happy, positive, making great movies as usual. She's maintaining her weight because she had developed new healthy habits and made some permanent lifestyle changes.
I had been on diets and things like that before and always gained weight back, but now I've, consistently kept it off.
If you are thinking about your own journey too, there are some great practical exercises I break down in this video that will set you up for great results, because everything starts from here.